Hello friends, welcome to my channel. So in this video we are going to continue doing exercise 8.3 of chapter 8. Okay, so in the previous video we have finished the first 5 questions, and in this video we are going to start with our 6th question. Okay, so what is the 6th question? Juhi sells a washing machine for rupees 13,500. Okay, she loses 20% in bargain. What is the price at which she bought it? So what are the datas which are given here? She sells a washing machine for rupees 13,500. That means that they have given the selling price. Selling price is equal to how much? 13,500. Okay, rupees 13,500. Okay, what is the other thing? She loses 20% in bargain. That means that percentage of loss is equal to 20%. Okay, so what is asked here? What is the price at which she bought it? That means they are asking the cost price. Okay, so what is the formula which we know which relates cost price, percentage of loss and all? The formula is that percentage of loss is equal to actual loss by cost price into 100. Correct? So what are the factors which we know here? Percentage of loss we already know. Correct? What is the percentage of loss? 20%. 20 is equal to, we don't know the loss. We have to find the loss. Okay? Loss by cost price also we don't know. So how do we find selling price in terms of loss? Sorry, cost price in terms of loss. Okay? So for that, what should we do? Cost price is equal to, how can we write cost price as? Cost price is equal to selling price plus loss. Correct? That is, loss is equal to cost price minus selling price. Correct? So here cost price is equal to, if we take selling price here, loss plus selling price. Correct? So we are trying to write this in terms of whatever things we know. Okay, we already know selling price. Okay, but we don't know loss, we don't know cost price. Okay, so we are trying to write this cost price in terms of selling price, which is selling cost price is equal to selling price plus loss from this formula. Okay, so we got 20 is equal to loss by selling price plus loss into 100. Okay, now this can be written as what is equal to, see, we know the selling price already, correct? So is equal to loss by selling price is what? Rupees 13,500 plus loss into 100. Correct? So this is the equation which we got. Correct? Now let me rub this. Let me rub this question so that it will be easier for you to see. Okay? Now, what is the final thing which we got? That is 20. That is percentage of loss is equal to loss by selling price plus loss. That is 13,500 plus loss into 100. Okay, this is what we got. Okay, now let's take the constants to one side and variables to the other side. Okay, so for that, first step what we have to do is let's take this whole denominator to this side. Okay, so how will we take it? 20, so this is division, this is in denominator. So if we take it here, it will become multiplication. Okay, so 20 into 13,500. This is inside bracket. Okay, this bracket is very important. This is inside bracket. Okay, so 20 into 13,500 plus loss is equal to what? 100 into loss. Correct? This side you have 100 into loss. So 100 into loss. Clear till now? We have just taken this whole term to this side. Okay. So this division will become multiplication here. So this whole term 13,000 plus 500 plus loss will come inside bracket. So 20 into this whole term is equal to this side we have got loss into 100. 100 into loss. Okay. Now let's split this this term. Okay. So let's remove this bracket. Okay. So what will happen if we remove this bracket? See, if we remove this A into B plus C, A into B plus C is equal to what? A into B plus A into C. Correct? A into B plus C equal to A into B plus A into C. So we have learned that, right? So if we apply that here, what will it become? 20 into 13,500 plus 20 into loss is equal to 100 into loss. Clear? Now we have one term where we have constant. Okay? And we have two terms where we have variable. And loss is the only variable here. We have to find only the loss. So what next we can do is take this two terms with loss to one side and this constant in the other side. Okay. So what will it become? $20 into 13,500 is equal to 100 into loss minus this plus. If you go to the other side, it will become minus, right? So 100 into loss minus 20 into loss. Okay. So what will it become? 20 into 13,500 is equal to 100 loss minus 100x minus 20x is what? 80x, right? So 100 loss minus 20 into loss will become 80 into loss. Okay, 80 into loss. Okay. Now what? Now it has become very easy, right? Because only term which we don't know is loss. Okay, we know all the other terms. So how can we do? Loss is equal to loss is equal to 20 into 13,500 divided by 80. Okay, now cancel these two zeros. If you cancel this 4, you will become 13,500 divided by 4. Okay, so if you divide this 13,500 divided by 4, 3 4s are 12, 1, 5, 3 4s are 12, 3, 0, so 7 4s are 28, so 2, 0, 5 4s are 20. So the loss is what? 3,375 rupees is our loss. Okay, the loss is 3,375 rupees. Now what is the question? Question is we have to find the cost price. Okay, so what are all the things which we know now? Selling price is equal to what? 13,500 and loss is equal to, we found it as 3,375. Okay, so what is the cost price? Cost price is equal to what? Selling price plus loss, right? So we have that formula. Cost price is equal to selling price plus loss is equal to 13,500 plus 3,375. Okay, which is equal to, what is 13,500 plus 3,375? 5, 16,875 rupees is the answer. This is the cost price. So clear with this? So what we have to do is we have to try to bring the equation so that there is only one variable. Because if we have two variables, we will not be able to solve the equation. Okay. So if we succeed in bringing the equation wherein there is only one variable, then it becomes very easy. Okay. Take all the unknown terms to one side and all the known constants to other side and try to find the unknown variable. That is the only thing we have to do. Okay. So clear with this problem? Okay. Now let's move on to our next problem. So let's move on to our seventh problem. What is the seventh question? Chalk contains calcium, carbon and oxygen in the ratio 10:3:12. Find the percentage of carbon in chalk. So we have done many similar problems before this. Okay. So what is the ratio? 10:3:12 and we have to find the percentage of this three. Okay. Calcium, carbon and oxygen. So carbon corresponds to 3. Okay, so we have to find the percentage of this 3. So how did we do it? What is the ratio? 10:3:12. Okay, so total parts is equal to what? 10 plus 3 plus 12, which is equal to 25. Okay, now we have to find the percentage of this 3. 3 corresponds to carbon. Okay, so how do we find the percentage of the 3? 3 by 25. 3 out of 25 total parts. Okay, 3 out of 25 is what? 3 by 25, 30, 0, 125 is 25, 5, 0, 2. So 0.12, which is equivalent to what? 0.12 into 100, which is equivalent to 12%. Okay, so 12% is the percentage of carbon. Okay, so clear with this? We have to find the total parts, which is equivalent to 10 plus 3 plus 12, which is equivalent to 25. Then we have to find the percentage of carbon, which is 3, which corresponds to 3 here. So 3 by 25, which is equivalent to 0.12, which is equivalent to 0.12 into 100 will give you 12%. Okay, so 12% is the percentage of carbon in this. Okay, now what is that? This is the first part which we have answered. What is the second part? If carbon equal to 3 grams. Okay, so if a stick of chalk contains 3 grams of carbon, what is the weight of the chalk? What does that mean? 12% of B part. Okay, 12% of something, that is x. X is what we have to find, that is the total weight of the chalk. Okay, 12% of x is equal to what? 3 grams. Correct. So we have found that carbon constitutes 12% of the chalk. Then we know that they have given carbon in a piece of chalk is 3 grams. That means that 12% of the total chalk, that is the total weight of the chalk, is equal to 3 grams. Okay, now we have to find what? This x we have to find. So how can we write it? 12 by 100 into x is equal to 3. Okay, from this how will you find the value of x? X is equal to 3 into 100 by 12. Clear? So 4 3s are 12, 25. So the answer is 25 grams. 25 grams is the total weight of the chalk. So clear with this? Now let's move on to our next problem. Okay, let's see the next question. Amina buys a book for rupees 275 and sells it at a loss of 15%. How much does she sell it for? Now what are given here? Amina buys a book for rupees 275. So cost price is equal to rupees 275. Okay, and sells it at a loss of 15%. So percentage loss is equal to what? 15. Okay, so So what formula do we know relating this percentage loss and cost price? Percentage loss is equal to loss by cost price into 100. Correct? So we don't know what is this loss. This loss we have to find. Okay, so how do we find? Percentage loss is what? 15. 15 is equal to loss by, what is the cost price? 275 into 100. Okay, so from this we have to find loss. How will you find? Loss is equal to, this side we have to take all the constants to this side and loss only will remain in one side. Okay, so loss is equal to 15. Here divided by 275 will become into 275. Into 100 will become divided by 100. Clear? So if we do this, 3 5 are 20. Okay, if we divide by 5. Okay, now again if we divide this and this by 5, 4 5s are 20, 5 5s are 25, 5 5s are 25. Okay, now 55 into 3, 5 3s are 15, 116, 165 by 4. Okay, 165 by 4. So what is the answer? 165 by 4. 4 4s are 16, 0, so 5, 1 4 is 4, 1 0, 0.2 4s are 8, 2 0 5. So 41.25. Loss is equal to what? 41.25 rupees. Okay. Now what is the question? We have to find the selling price. Okay. How much does she sell it for? Okay. So we know the cost price now. Cost price is 275. And we know the loss. Loss is what? 41.25. So what is the selling price? Selling price is equal to cost price minus loss. Correct? Cost price minus loss. So is equal to 275 minus 41.25. So 275.00 minus 41.25. Here, so here 10, 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 2 is 7, so here 4 minus 1 is 3, 3, 2. So answer is selling price is equal to rupees 233.75. So clear with this? So first what did we do? We found the loss. Then from the loss we found the selling price. That is selling price is equal to cost price minus loss. So we found the value of selling price. Okay. So clear with this? Now let's move on to our next problem. Now let's move on to our next question. Okay. Next question is from simple interest. Okay. So what is the question? Find the amount to be paid at the end of 3 years. Principal is equal to 1200 rupees at 12% per annum. Okay, this is rate of interest. Okay, whenever they have given percentage, it means that it is rate of interest. Okay, so what is the formula which we already know in simple interest? Interest is equal to P into T into R by 100. Correct? Where P is the principal amount, T is the time. Okay, whether it is 1 year or 2 year or 3 year. So here how much they have given? 3 years. So T is equal to 3 and R is equal to 12%. Okay, so they have given all the values directly. First step is we have to find the interest. Okay, so interest is equal to what? P is what? 1200 into T is 3 years into R is 12% by 100. Okay, which is equivalent to 2 cancel. 12 into 12 is 144. 144 into 3. 4 3s are 12. 1 4 3s are 12 plus 1 13. 1 432. So 432 rupees is the interest. So what do we have to find out? They are not asking for interest. They are asking how much amount we have to pay back. Okay, at the end of 3 years. That means that we have to find the principal amount plus interest. Okay, then only we will get the amount which we have to pay back at the end of 3 years. Okay, so amount is equal to principal plus interest. Okay, which is equivalent to, what is principal? 1200 plus what is interest? 432, which is equivalent to 1632 rupees is the answer. Okay, clear with this? Now let's move on to our next question. Okay. Okay, there is another subdivision in the same question. That is, principal is equal to rupees 7,500. Okay, at 5% per annum. So here also again interest is equal to PTR by 100, which is equivalent to P is what? 7,500 into T is 3 years into R is 5% divided by 100. Clear? So here is equal to 75 into 15. 75 into 15 is 25, 2, 7 5 is 35, 36, 37, 1 5 is 5, 1 7 is 7. So 5, 1,125 is the answer. Okay, so interest is rupees 1,125. Okay, again we have to find what? How much to be paid back. So amount is equal to, what is the principal plus interest? Okay, is equal to, principal is 7,500 plus interest is rupees 1,125. So what is 7,500 plus 1,125? 5, 2, 6, 8. So the answer is rupees 8,625 is the answer. So clear with this? Now let's move on to our next problem. So our next problem is, what rate gives rupees 280 as interest? Okay, that means that they have given the interest directly 280. Okay, on a sum of 56,000 in 2 years. Okay, so what is the formula? Interest is equal to P into T into R by 100. What is interest? Interest is rupees 280. Okay, so 280 is equal to, what is the principal amount they have given? 56,000. So 56,000 into, what is T? 2 years. T is time, right? That is 2 years. 2 into R is what we have to find out. So R is the variable here. So R by 100. So what should we do to find R? Keep R in one side and take all the other constants to the other side. So how will you find R? R is equal to 280. This 100 will become into 100 because this is in denominator. So it will come to the numerator. So 280 into 100 divided by this 56,000 into 2 will come to the denominator. Okay. So 56,000 into 2. Okay. Now if you do this, 0, 0 cancel. Now 2 if you cancel, 140. So 140 divided by 560. So how much is that? See, again you have to cancel 0, 0. And if you cancel it with 2, 7 2s are 14 and 2 2s are 4, 8. 7 by 28. Okay. So again if you cancel this 7 and 28, you will get it as 1 by 4 because 7 into 4 is 28, right? So the answer we are getting is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is equal to 0.25. Okay. So rate R is equal to 0.25 percentage. So this rate value whatever we are getting is directly percentage. Okay. We don't have to again convert it into percentage. Okay. So rate whatever we are getting here is in percentage. So if you are getting 0.25, we have to write it as 0.25 percentage, not 25 percentage. Okay. Clear with this? Okay, now let's move on to our next question. Now let's move on to the last question of this chapter. Okay, if Meena gives an interest of rupees 45 for 1 year at 9% rate per annum, what is the sum that she has borrowed? So what are the data which we have here? Interest is equal to 45 rupees. Okay, interest is equal to 45 rupees and rate is equal to 9 percentage. Okay, and what is the time? For 1 year they have given. So time is equal to 1. Okay, so what we have to find, what is the sum that she has borrowed? Okay, so we have to find the principal. Okay, so we have the formula interest is equal to P into T into R by 100. Okay, so what is the interest here? 45 is equal to P we have to find. Okay, principal we have to find. Into T is 1 year. Into R is what? 9 percentage. 9 by 100. So how will we find P here? Keep P in one side and take everything to the other side. So 45 into 100. This by 100 will become into 100 here. Divided by 9 will become 9 in the denominator. 9. Okay. So is equal to 9 5s are 45 is equal to 500 rupees. So 500 rupees is our principal. Clear with this? So with this we are completing this chapter. Okay. So in the next video we will start with a new chapter. Until then, bye bye.